21 years in sales, 110 million closed. That's 50, 200 grand deals on the phone with sophisticated buyers who could smell desperation from a mile away. So if you ask me to name one thing that made the biggest difference to my closing, it's not objection handling, it's not tonality, it's not a sales script, it's a different thing entirely. It took me 2 decades to see it, and I'm going to tell you it in the next 15 minutes. Your close rate is decided before you even pick up the phone by your bank account. I know how that sounds, but stay with me, because once you see the mechanism, you'll understand why no amount of sales training is going to fix this without this one thing. The same closer with the same training performs completely differently depending on one thing, and that is their financial state. Let me show you what I mean. Picture 2 closers. Both have watched the same trainings, both knew the same frameworks, both had the same objection handles. On paper, they are identical. However, the first one is living from month to month, no savings, no buffer. There's a tax bill somewhere in the background that they're trying to forget about. Now watch what happens on his calls. He rushes, he talks too fast. He tries to fill silence because he's scared of what he'll confront within that silence. A prospect gives him a weak, vague answer, the type of answer that needs to be dug into, but he lets it slip. He accepts it and moves on, because pushing might create tension, and tension might cause for him to lose the deal, and he can't afford for that to happen. Every one of those behaviors costs him deals, which keeps him broke, which continues the behavior. The second closer has money in the bank, bills covered, taxes put aside, savings, investments. Same call, same vague answer, but this guy slows down. He's calm, he's grounded, and he asks a question that the first guy was too scared to ask. Not because he's braver, but because if this guy loses the deal, nothing in his life changes. Same skills, 2 completely different closers. And here's the part that took me years to accept. When closers feel this rushing desperation, it's almost always down to the same voice in their head saying to them, I need to make more money. And it's wrong. The real issue is that they don't manage the money that they already make. More income poured into a structure that doesn't exist just disappears. And the desperation comes right back, just this time with a bigger number attached. Now, you might be just thinking this is a confidence thing or a mindset thing, something you can just push through with discipline on the next call. It's not. There's a biological reason that you cannot outskill this, and that's what I want to show you next. Because once you see it, everything about your bad calls start making sense. Need creates threat mode in your nervous system, and threat mode takes the part of your brain that closes deals. This is biology, and I'll keep it simple. When you need something badly, when this call decides if your rent gets paid, your nervous system doesn't treat that as a sales call. It treats it as something way more serious. It treats it like a threat, and under threat, your body does what it was built to do. It goes into survival mode, and it pulls resources away from the thinking part of your brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, if you want the name. Here's why that should terrify you as a closer. Your prefrontal cortex is where your entire skill set lives. Pattern recognition, noticing how what the prospect said contradicted something else they said 10 minutes ago, that little change in their tonality, their slight change in facial expression, listening, so actually hearing what they're saying instead of you thinking about your next line. Creativity, so finding the right reframe for the right objection. Objection handling, so staying flexible when you get an objection thrown at you that you've never even heard of before. All of it runs on the exact machinery that threat mode switches off. So follow the chain with me. Financial pressure creates need. Need puts your nervous system into threat mode. Threat mode takes your prefrontal cortex offline, and your prefrontal cortex is where your sales skills live. Which means a financially desperate closer is physiologically incapable of running an effective sales call, even if they've memorized every technique they've ever been taught. The knowledge is there, the machinery to use it is off. And that's why the last section was not a mindset issue. The rushing, the over-explaining, the fear of silence, accepting weak answers, those are not skill gaps, and they are not character flaws. They are survival responses. Your body is doing exactly what desperation tells it to do. You can sit through every sales call on the internet, and a threatened nervous system will override all of it every time. In 21 years, I've watched closers spend thousands trying to train their way out of this. New scripts, new frameworks, new word tracks, new coaches, and the calls don't change because they're trying to fix the wrong layer. You can't fix a nervous system problem with a word track. So the real question is the opposite one. How do calm and grounded closers become grounded? Everybody tells you to detach from the outcome, but nobody tells you what real detachment actually means or where it comes from. That's next, and it's not what you think. Everybody tells you to detach from the outcome, but what nobody tells you is that detachment isn't a vibe. It's a math fact. Think about the calmest closer that you know, the one who can sit in silence, can ask any uncomfortable question, can be completely grounded even when he's got a type A personality on the call with him, who can walk away from a bad fit deal without flinching. You've probably assumed that that's a personality trait or some sort of mindset work that they've been doing, but it's actually neither. Run their numbers instead. A top closer who's converting at 40% across 100 calls at $500 per deal, when that closer loses one deal, what actually changes in their life? Nothing. They barely notice. They have 90 more calls in the pipeline and they've got money already in the bank. So of course they're detached. The math makes them detached. The best way to become a better closer is by not needing the outcome. And not needing the outcome is something that you build with structure, not something that you can affirm in the mirror before you call. Now, contrast that with the advice that most of the sales coaches are telling you online. Burn the boats, go all in, spend it, you'll make it back. You only live once. Stay hungry, the pressure will drive you. You've heard it from people who look successful on this platform. And I want to be straight with you, that is abundance only advice from people without the life experience to know what it actually does. Because what that abundance mentality actually builds is a closer with no tax savings, no investments, no financial security, and a tax bill that they're ignoring, which is the exact profile of person that we just spent the last 2 sections on. Survival mode, threat mode, prefrontal cortex offline, deals dying, bank account getting smaller. The advice that was supposed to make you hungry made you desperate, and prospects can hear the difference. Someone who's at 40k for the month trying to get to 50 sounds completely different from someone who's at 10k for the month trying to get to 11. But hold on, because the answer isn't the opposite extreme either. Live your life. I'm not saying hoard every dollar, spend nothing. Playing defense is its own trap. Here's the line that I wanted to remember from this entire video. Abundance without structure leads to chaos. Structure without abundance leads to scarcity. You need both. And both is not complicated, and one decision that you make every single time. Several accounts, percentages decided, that is the entire system. The system that separates the calm closer from the desperate one. Account number 1, tax. Of course, speak to a financial advisor or an accountant to find out how tax works in your own geographical jurisdiction. The moment any payment lands, a set percentage goes straight into that account. That money does not exist. That is not your money. No, I'll borrow from it and top it up, completely untouchable. Because here is the failure that this account exists to kill. Treating tax money as money you have instead of money you owe. It's the oldest trap in commission-based sales. 3 good months and the balance looks incredible. You feel rich, you buy Rolex. You spend it like it's yours, and then the bill arrives and suddenly you're broke. And where does suddenly broke put you? Survival mode. Right back to the closer from section 1. Account number 2, operating. This is your bills, your lifestyle, and on top of that, an emergency buffer of 6 to 12 months of living costs. Sit with that number for a second. Think about what that number really is for you, because most of you watching this have nothing close to it. The buffer is what this whole video has been building up to. Commission income is not a salary, and dry months can happen to anyone. There are a lot of factors that are outside of your control. Without a buffer, one dry month can completely flip your nervous system, and then your close rate collapses, which then makes the next month dry as well. That is the spiral. Nothing about your calls changed. Everything about your safety changed. Account number 3, future build. So this is investments, opportunities, money that goes to work for you. As Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And this account carries the deeper move. Build something that generates without your time. Because if you only earn while you're working, you'll always be under pressure because every hour has to produce forever. Now, I know a lot of you watching this are in your 20s, so you're thinking that your 40s are so far away. Trust me, I've been in sales since I was 16 and I am nearly 40. Trust me, your time goes like that. Even a tiny amount of money that shows up in your account when you've done nothing for it gives you such a sense of safety, and it can change what your nervous system feels about the future. Now the part that makes this actually work. You decide the percentages and then you stick to them. Every payment, same split, no debating it. That's deliberate. It's friction elimination through pre-decision. The version of you deciding what to do with your money the day you get paid is the worst version of you who could take that call that you've got booked with that prospect. So that version of you doesn't get to take the call. The decision was already made. And that's the lesson that 21 years in sales taught me that no one was willing to tell me. If you fix your finances, you will fix your mental state. And if you fix your mental state, you will fix your results. Your close rate was never waiting for a better script. It was waiting for you to feel safe enough to use the skills that you already have. So that's the system. 2 closers, same skill, separated by threat mode. A brain that can't run your skill set when you're desperate. Detachment is math, not mindset. And several accounts, decided once. That will make you the closer who doesn't need the deal. Now, this video reaches a lot of people who are just looking around, and that's completely fine. Take the system, set the accounts up yourself this week. But if you're actually in this game, you're already closing or you're committed to becoming a closer, and you want to build the skill set on top of that stable foundation, then book a call with me or my team. The link is in the description. We'll look at where your calls are leaking and if working together actually makes sense. And if you're on the fence about sales as a career, then genuinely this isn't for you. This is for the committed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.